Are you struggling with debt and don't know where to start? We've all been there, a mountain of bills and a molehill of income. But don't despair, there's a way out of this financial conundrum. The first step is understanding the problem. Debt, it's a four-letter word that can send chills down your spine, but it doesn't have to be this way. The key to managing debt is not avoiding it, but approaching it head-on, and that means speaking to those who you owe money to, your creditors. It might seem counterintuitive, but believe it or not, your creditors want to help you. They'd rather see you make regular, smaller payments than default on your debt entirely. With the right approach, you can negotiate your way to a more manageable debt situation. It won't be easy and it won't happen overnight, but it's a journey worth taking. You're not alone, and believe it or not, your creditors want to help you too. Firstly, understanding the extent of your debt is crucial. Imagine it as a roadmap leading you out of the financial maze you find yourself in. Now, how do we chart this map? You begin by analyzing your debts. They generally fall into three categories: secured, unsecured, and priority. Secured debts are linked to an asset, like your home or car. Unsecured debts, on the other hand, are not tied to any assets. Think credit card debts or personal loans. Lastly, priority debts are those that carry severe consequences if not paid, such as taxes or child support. Once you've categorized your debts, it's time to take a hard look at the overall sum. Knowing exactly what you owe, to whom and under what terms, is vitally important. This information is your compass, guiding your decisions and strategies. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the first step towards financial freedom. Now that you understand your debt, it's time to prepare yourself to approach your creditors. First things first, you need to have a clear plan and a budget. This is a crucial step because, let's face it, you can't negotiate your way out of debt if you don't know how much you can realistically afford to pay. So sit down and map out your income and expenses. This will give you a realistic picture of your financial situation and help you determine how much you can put towards your debt each month. Once you have a budget, you'll need to draft a hardship letter. This document is your chance to explain your financial hardship to your creditors. It's not about making excuses, but rather about providing context. The letter should include specific details about your financial challenges, how you ended up in this position, and most importantly, your commitment to paying off your debt. Remember, honesty is key here. But what if you're not sure how to draft a hardship letter or even formulate a budget? This is where getting professional help comes in. A credit counseling agency can guide you through the process, helping you draft your hardship letter, formulate a budget, and even negotiate with your creditors. They have the expertise and experience to help you navigate these waters. Now you may be thinking, but I can't afford professional help. Don't worry, many credit counseling agencies offer free or low-cost services. It's worth it to seek out their assistance, especially if the alternative is sinking further into debt. Finally, keep in mind that this is a process. It may take time to get your creditors to agree to your plan. Stay patient and persistent. Show your creditors that you're serious about paying off your debt, and they will be more likely to work with you. Remember, the goal here is to present a clear and viable plan to your creditors. This is your chance to take control of your financial future. So prepare well, be honest, and don't be afraid to ask for help. And of course, follow for more advice on managing your debts and securing your financial future. With preparation under your belt, you're ready to negotiate with your creditors. As you approach this step, remember that effective communication is a crucial part of negotiation. You're not just asking for a favor, you're presenting a well-thought-out plan that benefits both parties. Begin by clearly explaining your situation. Let them know you acknowledge the debt and are making efforts to pay it off. This honesty shows that you're not trying to evade your responsibilities. Next, bring out your proposal. Perhaps you can manage a reduced monthly payment, or maybe you're able to pay a lump sum that is less than the total amount owed. Whatever your proposal, make sure you've done your homework. Show how this plan is not only feasible for you, but also beneficial for them. After all, creditors would rather receive some payment than no payment at all. Don't be afraid to negotiate interest rates too. If you've been a good customer in the past, use that as leverage. Lowering interest rates can significantly reduce the overall amount you owe, so it's worth a shot. However, not all negotiations will be successful. If your creditors are not willing to negotiate, don't lose hope. there are still other options available to you. You might consider seeking advice from a credit counseling agency or exploring debt relief options like consolidation or bankruptcy. Remember, the aim of these negotiations is not to escape from your debts, but rather to find a way to manage them effectively. You're not just trying to make your life easier, you're working towards securing your financial future. It's important to approach these negotiations with confidence and a clear plan. This is not a time for panic or rash decisions, it's a time for calm, rational action. Negotiations can be tough, but remember, you're advocating for your financial future. Each step you take, every negotiation you enter, brings you closer to regaining control of your finances, and that's something worth fighting for. Debt can be overwhelming, but taking the right steps can make it manageable. Now that we've delved into understanding your debt, preparing to approach your creditors, and the art of negotiation, it's time to look towards the future. Moving forward, the importance of staying committed to the plan cannot be overstressed. It's not just about getting out of debt, it's about staying out. Prioritize your payments, keep a budget, and avoid falling back into old habits. Understanding your debt is the first step towards financial freedom. Once you've got a clear understanding of what you owe, you can begin to prepare your approach. Remember, creditors are more likely to negotiate if they believe you're making a genuine effort to pay back what you owe. Negotiating with creditors can be intimidating, but it's an essential part of the process. Stand your ground, be honest, and don't be afraid to ask for what you need. Remember, you have the power to overcome your debt. Follow us for more helpful advice on managing your financial future.